Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel. Whether you're new or you're coming back, I'm really happy to have you guys here, and this is gonna be a classic read today. So we're gonna take a look at each of the twin collectives and what's going on with the energy, what's going on with the connection, and we'll pull some messages between the twins. So let's get started right away. As always, I'm starting with an oracle deck. So today this is the Sacred Traveler by Dancing, and the first card is going to be for Divine Feminine. Let's see what's in the cards. This is going to be a short check-in. I am thinking about starting to do love letters on the channel, so if that's happening, that definitely will be over the weekend. And also watch for my other channel, Mindful Bamboo, because I'm gonna start uploading August horoscopes. Mindful Bamboo, the handle is in the description box. I do monthly horoscopes for each of the zodiac signs. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. Yes, you're strong, right? It's like a hermit card here, but this is like getting out of the hermit mode, I would say. So I get that Divine Feminine has been preparing for a while, you know, gathering knowledge, gathering courage, healing, and now is the time to use it for the next step of your journey, for taking decisive action into where you see yourself, what your goals are, where you want to be. What do we have for the masculines at this time? Taking shelter. That's a different style of a hermit card. That's very interesting, actually. The answers are within. So the masculines are kind of a step behind in this, but it's not about who's forward, who's behind. It's just that it's a different phase, right? It's just as important. So whatever I was just talking about, the feminines collecting knowledge and healing, or gathering knowledge, this is what DMs are doing right now. There's some serious recognition of the truth happening, and understanding of like the different networks that are being built and connections between different parts of the journey, and like, okay, so that event in my life actually resulted in this, or this was supposed to happen so that I can be here, or that has been poison in my life for 20 years and I never even realized that, you know, something along those lines. Very important information, helping DMs to break through those blocks that used to be unconscious, and make choices for the future in that area. You know, if before it was guided by those subconscious patterns that have been lingering, that now it becomes more of a, okay, now I can decide how I want to move forward with it, now that I know. Beautiful. What's the energy like for Divine Feminines right now? I'm using my Muse Tarot. I don't use it too much. I know somebody, a reader, that uses them pretty much every time. I don't know. I guess I'm not that much in love with it. It's pretty specific in terms of art, although it is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I love looking at the cards, but they don't necessarily always give me the inspiration, the messages. Wow, speaking of inspiration, 10 of emotions for the feminines. Okay. And clarified by 2 of materials and 3 of emotions. Okay, let's pull the cards, all the rest of the cards. For masculines, we have 3 of materials in reverse. I think we had that upright yesterday. Please clarify. A lot of 3s. 2 of emotions. Alrighty. So it's 2 as opposed to, wow, 4 of inspirations, 4 of wands in this deck. 4 of wands and 2 of cups. I mean, come on. You see, that's what that healing and realization is doing. Wow. It's supposed to focus in on a group. It's focusing on that one person, that significant other. Maybe for some, it's somebody who the feminine was the one who helped them see those patterns and those subconscious connections. Energy of the connection. Ace of Voices, Five of Materials. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Right, Eight of Inspiration on the bottom of the deck. You see, that's the card of taking decisive action, especially in this deck. Like a lot of times, Eight of Wands is like communication, talking to each other. In this card, heck no. This is like, I'm moving forward no matter what kind of obstacles are visible on the horizon, right? I'm just gonna run through it. Yes, this is that decisiveness. We're also now in Leo season, which gives that more of that courageous energy of like, I waited long enough. Now I want to see results in my life, right? Or I've learned so many things. I want people to acknowledge that I'm a different person now, right? This is that energy of wanting to be seen. Think lion, and more specifically Madagascar, Alex the lion. Remember his personality. He loved being the center of attention, being in public and showcasing himself, right? And people cheering. He loved that. That's the quintessential Leo energy, right? And it's, of course, now that we're in Leo season, it's impacting us more, especially also as we're approaching the Lion's Gate on the 8-8. So anyways, feminines. I mean, this is beautiful energy all around. I love it, love it. The 2s and 3s as well. So there is like a deeper comparison of what is a friendship or a teamwork in like a group of people as opposed to connection with one person, right? Like how different it is, how more intimate it is. I was actually thinking about that just myself just the other day, that, you know, even if you're among friends, close friends, let's say there are not many of them, let's say there are 4, for example, in your wisdom there are 5 of you. It's gonna be, although they're all your close friends and maybe they're even friends amongst each other, it's gonna be very different communication the time you spend, the 5 of you, as opposed to you spending time with just one of those people. It's gonna be a lot more intimate when you're spending time one-to-one, right? Like that's that quality time, as we call it, where you will probably share more intimate details of your life both ways. You'll pay more attention to each other. It's going to be much higher quality of connection, right? And there is that recognition. For the feminines, they are looking to maintain this high vibe, 10 of emotions vibe, no matter what they do, whether it's everyday chores or spending time with friends. You know, it's supposed to be fulfilling. That's the main criterion these days. If it's not, like, it's just, if it doesn't pass that test, it goes out. As simple as that. So good for you for upping up your standards, a lot of you, or at least realizing if you've had those standards pretty high, realizing that you don't want to compromise on those. No matter who's in the arena. Like, it can be a family reunion and your family is really pushing you towards being there and, you know, being cheerful and wanting to talk to your family, right? But if you realize that it's somehow unhealthy for you, that it somehow will get you stressed or anxious or whatever, just saying, I'm sorry, you know, I'll catch up with XYZ people afterwards out of that group, because those are the people I cherish and love and I want to spend time with them, but I'll do that separately, not in this big event. That was for someone. For the masculines, a little bit different side of it, but the similar vibe, and this is 2, 3, 4 actually that they have. So there is a progression of like also seeing basically how you're building connections and relationships, right? But what do the masculines want? They want the soulmate connection. They want someone in their life that they can build with, they can share life with. You know, like that movie Shall We Dance with Richard Gere, where his wife says, do you know why people get married? I think something along those lines. She's talking to one of the detectives that she hired. And he says, why? And she says, because you want somebody to witness your life. You want someone to be there for you. You want to know that there is somebody who cares about the big and the little things that are going on with you. And that's pretty intimate, and that's not something that you can easily build by, you know, working with your pals, or you know, even like being with your family and doing something together. It doesn't have to be work, of course. It can be, you know, taking care of a house, renovating, or not doing something creative even, right? I'm a dancer, so maybe like coming up with a dance number, a group dance number. A group dance number is going to be a very different vibe from two people dancing, right? And that's what they're looking at, that tango embrace and that kind of intimacy. The connection space, yeah, I'll have to run pretty quickly today, so I'm not going to do the messages. I will pull a card for self-compassion though. The connection right now, there's a lot of bringing back to self as opposed to being willing to give to someone else. There is a bit of loneliness and feeling like you're on your own, that you're left out there by yourself for each of the twins, right? It's kind of like there's a bit of that separation anxiety right now, but it's also giving them a chance to pour more of that love towards themselves, because if there isn't that one person that I'm automatically or like subconsciously thinking of like pouring into, right, I'm gonna be giving that to myself, because nobody else is as worthy, or I'm not ready to open up to other people on the same level anyway, so might as well give more quality time to myself in a good way. Never alone, speaking of which. So the self-compassion practice of the day for both twins. Bring to mind a somewhat stressful situation in your life. Are you really alone with it? Who else, strangers or friends, might share a similar stress? Right, so it could be, I just gave you some examples from movies. Maybe you will think of a movie, a book, a TV story, you know, like a public figure, or maybe even just a friend, a colleague, somebody you know who went through something similar, and you can feel like you're not alone in what you're going through. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with my readings very, very soon. Love you.